Shalom, Shalom oovrachah, everyone, and chag sameach, happy Purim to all of you. Oh, it was such a long, miserable, goyische winter. It's time we had a little happiness in our lives. A day of craziness, drinking, eating of sweets, and turning the whole world tohu, vavohu, topsy, turvy, to celebrate our continued survival on the planet. I'm Rabbi Sol Solomon of Temple Sons of Bitches in Great Neck, New York, and I want to thank Dave Lefkowitz, the host of Dave's Gone By, for having me back on the show. Last time I was here in December for another happy holiday, Hanukkah, which too many secular Jews mistake for just being a Yiddish version of Christmas. Well, now all I hear is people calling Purim a Hebraic adaptation of Halloween. Toy, wrong and wrong again. Purim is its own happy holiday. It doesn't need John Carpenter for validation. And the story of Purim in a nutshell is this. The king of Persia got angry at his first wife, so he killed her. Single again, he went looking around for a shiksa goddess to be wife number 2. Just like in Cinderella, he found her, only she wasn't what he thought she was. Her name was Esther, and she was being raised by her uncle, Mordechai. And Morty told her, look, when you meet that king, be on the safe side. Don't tell him you're Jewish. No, what then, said Esther. I don't know, say a Presbyterian, and for God's sakes, don't show him your Lord and Taylor gift certificate. So Esther played it cool, and soon enough, she was queen of the land. And Uncle Mordechai visited Esther often, and he kept reminding her, remember, if you get your nails done more than 3 times a week, he's going to suspect. Mordechai even foiled an assassination attempt on the king by 2 of his servants. Morty warned Esther, Esther warned her husband, and the plotters were hanged. So Mordechai and Esther were doing fine. Except Esther was not the king's chief advisor. That position went to a fellow in the Amalek tribe, a man by the name of Haman. Yes, Haman. Haman was a mother. Yes, indeed. A wicked man, a vain man. As the king's Henry Kissinger, he expected everybody to bow down to him, including Esther's uncle Mordechai. But Morty said, sorry, I only bow down before Hashem, before God. This got Haman so mad, he craved revenge not only on Mordechai, whom I guess he didn't realize was Esther's uncle, but all the Jews in the kingdom. So he drew lots. In fact, he drew lots and lots of lots, all lottery, to determine which day all the Jews in Persia should be annihilated. And by the way, the word Purim means lots in Old Persian. Well, it turned out that astrologically, the 14th of Adar was the most salubrious day. He actually looked in the horoscope in the Persian Post. It said, you will make many short-time enemies. Don't mind them. It's a great day for a holocaust. However, your love life is still dormant and will remain so for some time. Don't wear purple. Anyway, Haman went to the king and told all these terrible lies about the Jews. Oh, they own the media. Oh, they have undue influence calling for a war with Mesopotamia. Oh, they're ruining Michael Jackson's career. All these horrible slanders which the king believed. His Highness, never one to turn down an opportunity for some bloodletting, went along with his advisor's plan for genocide. Mordechai heard this and went meshuggah, crying and screaming and tearing his clothes and warning all the Jews were going to die. Esther got wind of it and told him, calm down. Tell everybody to fast for 3 days. Pray for me, pray for all of us. She was nervous because a queen isn't allowed to summon a king. It's an offense punishable by, you got it, wifecide. But after the fast, Esther goes to the king and invites him to a big banquet. Typical man, he hears the word food and he's thrilled to be alive. So they have the feast and the king notices Mordechai there. So does Haman. The king is then reminded that Mordechai once saved his tuchus. So before evil Haman can ask the king to kill Mordechai, the king tells him to dress Mordechai like a royal hero and lead him through the streets in a parade. Gritting his teeth, Haman does what he's told. The next night, another banquet. And this time Esther says the magic words, guess who married a Jew? You! And guess what else? There's a guy in your employ who wants to murder me and all my tribe. Who? Said the king. The chief of Homeland Security? No, replied Esther. Your closest advisor. You know his name. It starts with an H. It's not you, Bert. It's Haman. Well, that did it for the haymaster. He was hung on the same gallows he had built for Mordecai, and all 10 sons of Haman, all 10 were hung. A couple were well hung, but that's something different. Mordecai was made prime minister and given a directive that the Jews could defend themselves against anyone who tried to vanquish them. It all happened on the 14th day of the month of Adar, Purim Day, a day the Jews could have been butchered, but instead were spared and celebrated. So Mordecai declared it an annual feast day, which over the years has come to include lots of drinking and wearing costumes and masks. Mordecai also started the custom of giving money to the poor and giving gifts of food and candy called sholach manos to our neighbors. That's why it's different from Halloween. The kids go door to door giving people treats rather than taking. No wonder they grow up cranky. But seriously, in the synagogue we read the story of Esther, called the Megillah, first word to last. We dance around, and as you've heard, make a tremendous amount of noise when we hear the name of that Megillah gorilla, Haman. It's to blot out his name, to erase him from our thoughts and from our history. Esther and Mordecai, however, are among the most beloved figures in Jewish lore, which leads me to this limerick. There once was a hero named Mordecai, an upstanding mensch and a sporty guy. His clever instruction saved Jews from destruction and gave them permission to fortify. And now, get your singing caps on. Time for a little music, a little tune I came up with. If you want to sing along or follow the words, they're on the website at hometown.aol.com/Dave's Gone By. I love the title of this song, Don't Mess With Us. If you try to kill the Jews, here's a little piece of news. God will stop you and he'll drop you dead instead. He got Hitler, he got Haman, and a dozen I'm not naming, so don't mess with the Jews, 'cause you'll lose. If your aim is genocide, then you'd better run and hide, 'cause Hashem will turn the tide until you drown. Every exile and pogrom we've emerged triumphant from, 'cause the Lord is our sword and our drum. So if you're a neo-Nazi and you think you're hotsy-totsy, or you're blowing up civilians on a bus, you had best leave us alone, or we'll horror on your bones. You'll be stuck, Chuck, so don't muck with us. So listen here, you goyim, every girl and every boyim, anti-Semitism brings you only tears. 'Cause Hashem is in our corner, he will make your mama mourner. For the sake of your kids, be a friend to the Yid. Treat us nice, treat us well, or you'll barbecue in hell. It's been like this for 5,000 years. Hey! Welcome back to the Sunday Purim spiel here on Dave's Gone By. Dave will be back at the end of the show, but he's left me here to spread some joy, to celebrate this merry holiday with music and humor and my basic undercurrent of rage. No, I'm kidding. You can't get upset on Purim. It's a wonderful day. And it's a bigger deal in Eretz Yisrael than it is here. Everyone gets into the spirit. A nice boychik who was in Israel last Purim wrote on his website, "It's a nationally celebrated party, and everyone is invited. Indeed, it is not uncommon to see rabbits, angels, and Harry Potters sitting at the bus stop or wandering around the supermarket. Nor is it unusual to pass by wizards, policemen, or monsters in the street without a second thought. At one carnival extravaganza, there were flamethrowers, singers, and dancers, and I'm sure there were also the ultimate Jewish lifeline, jokes." The year is 2015, and the situation is grim. The Earth's ozone layer has eroded to where the ice caps are melting, and the entire world is about to flood. All the major religions call enclaves on how to lead the people through the crisis. The Pope issues a statement that Catholics should write out a long confession and beg Jesus for salvation. The Protestant Church urges its followers to eat only vegetables and cleanse themselves for the final judgment. The Muslim clerics order their people to fast all day and pray from morning to night. The head rabbis argue for an hour, and then they immediately start giving lessons on how to live underwater. That's what it's all about for us. Survival, belief, but pragmatism as well. Prayer and practicality. And I'm practically out of time here, so I want to wish you all a Purim sameach, a glorious springtime. May we all have peace, or at least a great piece of hamantashen, this is Rabbi Sol Solomon saying, Shalom oovrachah, from every one of me to every one of you.